The final step for your island journey is your visa application, and sending necessary documents to the visa office is very important. So in today's video, we are going to look at the various documents that you can submit to the consular office for that visa application. Just a disclaimer that I'm not a visa specialist, or I do not represent any immigration office or any agent or any agency. Most of the videos I do are through my own experience and also the experience of others. I just want to say that most of this document that we submitted so far through my mentorship program has actually yielded a very positive results. Once in a while we do receive a refusal, but like I'll say that like 99.9 is always a positive result. I hope that this video actually helps you out, so please stay tuned. So in no particular order, guys, we're going to look at the document to present if you're coming in as a nurse. First and foremost, you need your atypical working scheme. We all know what an atypical working scheme. I believe that if you come this far, you should know what atypical working scheme is. It's actually a permit that allows you to come into Ireland to take your exams, either the adaptation or the HCA. The next one is your print out of your visa application form. Okay, so you need a visa application form, which I'm going to fill online. So I'm going to leave the link to that website under this video for you to know where to go and all of that. And then the next one is your visa questionnaire. So you need a questionnaire that I'm also going to leave under this video. You just have to fill out about, it's more of like a personal stuff, more information about your parents, and also if you're married, your family, all of that, and also some dependents. And also we also have here your police clearance. So with the police clearance, it has to be valid, okay? So anything more than 6 months from the date of issue is not accepted. The next one is going to be your college certificate or nursing certificate. Actually, where you actually went to school. So that is your nursing training college. That's where you have to bring that certificate. If you want to add that of your nursing council, that's fine, but it's not really necessary. You can choose to add it. Anything at all. When it comes to visa application, I tell people anything at all just to help out or just to prove yourself. We also have the NMDI decision letter. Okay, so with the NMDI decision letter, we all know what it is. What you actually get from NMDI stating that you have to come and complete an adaptation or RCSI. If you had an acceptance letter, in that case, then you have to replace with acceptance letter instead of the NMDI decision letter. And then we also have your birth certificate. So you also have to add that as well. And also you have your IELTS or OET certificate, and also it has to be valid. Okay, so if you know that it has expired, please don't go presenting that it's not going to be accepted. And then you also have your nursing pin back home. You have to add that. If it's a card, you just make a copy of that as well. And you also have your passport. So your passport is very important, and you have to run copies of the entire booklet, okay, including the hard cover. And then you also have to make a single colored copy of your biometric page as well. Okay, so just the biometric page, you make a copy of that, and then you run the entire copy of the entire passport. And we also have marriage certificates if you are married. Okay, so that is if it's applicable. And then we also have additional documents, like if it actually applies to you. Okay, you have the birth certificate of your children, you have your spouse, passports. That is just the biometric page. That's just the front page. And you also have your contract from your employer, and also your offer letter, which just states the offer before you were given the contract. Okay. Also add your pay slip and also your bank statement, 3 months bank statement. Okay, so when you go for the bank statement, let them know that the bank statement is for visa processing. So they have a way of printing that out. Okay, so you can add that as well. So you should also have the address of where you're going to live. It's very important. If you have someone sponsoring you saying that, yes, I'm going to host you, like a host family, you should also have a letter from them as well. Okay, stating that they are going to host you and all of that. If not, then you have to get like an Airbnb or a hotel that you're going to stay, and then you use the receipt or the booking and everything for the application as well. So you also need your certificate of employment, okay, from your employer. That is your employer back home, to give you a certificate stating that, oh, you're an employer with them, you've been working on so and so, dates with them and all of that. So you need a letter from them. It can be from the HR. And then lastly, you also need the tax credit certificate, okay, from revenue office. Okay, that is also very important. So I usually get this question about the bank statement. People usually, well, I don't have enough money and all of that. I tell people that you don't have to really stock money into your bank account just because you know you're going to submit for visa application. Like I tell people, just make sure that you plan, because you know that you are actually going traveling and all of that. So at least you should leave some cash or something in it, okay, just for them to know that at least you have something. Okay, it shouldn't be like 000. I know like most of the nurses that we came in, most of us don't really have like a lot of cash even in our bank accounts, but we are still granted visa, because at the long run we are still going to we are coming in here to work. Okay, so it was so positive. But if you're coming here and you are not, let's say, coming in through the nursing route, okay, like you're coming as a student and all of that, then you should be able to prove that you'll be able to sponsor yourself or take care of yourself. Okay, when you come in, you're not going to depend on the state or anything. So having a good financial statement is also very good. I always tell people it's very good. Now let's look at some things that we should know. It's very important. So if your consular is not in your country, then you need to submit to the VFS, okay, which is like a career service that takes it to the embassy. Like for example, I use Ghana because I'm from Ghana. So like we submit to the VFS office in Ghana and then it takes it to Nigeria, okay, because we are under Nigeria, yeah. And just a quick tip on some of the things that you should do. I don't know whether I should mention marriage certificate, but marriage certificate is also important. You have to add that as well. And then let's look at some other things. You have to keep all original copies and colored copies in a separate envelope. So I tell people that when you're submitting, just keep all your original copies in one envelope, and then all the photocopies, you also keep it in another envelope as well. And then just a few guides to the visa online application. Some people like always get confused, okay? So when you click on that, you're just going to take you to the home screen. You just have to click on apply now. You click on apply now. As there's acceptance, something that you just have to read. You read that, then you can proceed. Just going to mention a few things that people usually get confused about. When it comes to the visa type, it's the long stay, okay? So long stay visa type. And then the purpose, if it's definitely for employment because you're coming in for work, okay? So it's employment. And then we have the type of entry, single entry but long stay, okay? And then you also have this part that asks for date of entry. So you can do it 2 weeks before your adaptation date or your examination date. And then the date of exit, you can do it 12 weeks exactly from your adaptation date. Some people kind of get confused. They even leave it blank. Still, they'll still give you, like most people still get their visa even if they leave it blank, okay? But I tell people that just use 12 weeks exactly to your adaptation date. Definitely, you don't need it again. You are going to have your residency permit, which is going to allow you to stay in the country, okay? So that is just for the formality. And then you have to review your answers. I always tell people, make sure that you check your answers before you proceed, okay? It's very important. In an instance where you want any further guidance, you can just leave the question under this video and I'll definitely attend to that as well. So now let's look at if you're coming in as a healthcare assistant or anything else, then you don't have to include some things I just mentioned about decision letter, HCA receipts, okay? Because you are not coming in as a nurse, okay? So if you are coming in as a healthcare assistant, then you need to submit most of these documents that I just mentioned. When it comes to the IELTS, you might want to add it to it, but it's not really necessary, okay? If you want to add your IELTS to show that you have some, proficiency in English language or control of English language, that is going to be a plus for you, but it's not necessarily that you have to definitely add it up. For healthcare assistants, you can add all of this, but you just have to take out your decision letter or the IELTS or the RCSI receipts that I just mentioned for the nurses, yeah? Apart from that, any other thing that I just mentioned, you can add it up. If you're coming into Ireland with a different profession, then you can equally add this, okay? As students, then you can now add documents from your school showing that you actually got an admission, okay? And I know when it comes to students, you also have to add a proof of funds, okay? So when it comes to proof of funds, your bank statements, your sponsor bank statements, all of those things, because you need a sponsor. If you know you can sponsor yourself, that's fine. But you need a sponsor with at least 10,000 euros in the account. That's what I learned. So in that case, you should have letter from your sponsor, their bank statements, okay? And then you also bank statements as well and all of that. So that is it. If you have any other question, maybe something that I left out, you can just leave it in the comment section as well. And then if I know anything about this, why not? I'll come and reply as well. If you have any addition to what I just said, you can equally drop it at the comment section as well. And then definitely I appreciate you too. Yes. So this is the end of today's video. I hope that this video has been of great benefit to you. Remember to check the description of this video to see the link for the visa application, okay? And also the link for where you can actually check the weekly outcome from the embassy as well, okay? And then lastly, I'm also going to leave the link for the visa questionnaire under this video as well, and I hope that it really helps you all. Thank you guys so much. To join my membership, remember to just click on the membership section on my homepage, okay? And I also encourage people to make it very easy for you to see my videos. Just click on the playlist. So go to homepage, click on the playlist, and then you can see videos related to nursing, to healthcare assistants, to other countries. I do a lot of videos, so I've been able to section them to playlists just to help us all. Thank you all, and see you all soon on my next video. Bye.